New intro. So much love and appreciation to those of you who have been with me for the 2 year period plus that I've been doing this. Thank you for showing your love and support to the channel. And to anybody else who is brand new to the platform and you would like to support the channel, also, you can do it by way of Patreon, Anchor, the clothing store, and also the shoe shop that is listed in the comment description below. And again, thank you to any and all of you guys who have been here to support this channel during the 2+ year period. I wouldn't be able to do what I do every single day without you. Las Vegas daycare worker has admitted to injuring the leg of a toddler boy after losing her temper. But that might not be enough, as the child's parents now seek civil damages against her and the daycare. The incident, which occurred in May of 2021 at the Creme de la Creme daycare, led to authorities charging Elika Miller, age 32, with CA. Surveillance video captured the moment when the caretaker picked up the unidentified child in injuring him and then grappling his leg until the injury occurred. In return for copping to a charge of CA, Miller was spared having to serve any jail time and received only probation, 50 hours of community service, and being mandated to attend an anger management class. The child's parents, who have elected to stay anonymous, are now suing the child care staffers and the daycare for negligence and more. The parent's attorney, Adam Ellis, stated that the daycare failed to properly address what unfolded from the start. Quote, if the investigations were done differently and cameras were reviewed and there were statements taken and taken more seriously and objectively, I think everyone would have realized that this was far more serious situation than they thought it was. He also stated that the daycare delayed getting the child the immediate medical care he needed. No paramedics were called. Instead, the father stated that he received a call to pick up his son. The parents also stated that they were questioned by medical staff and then Child Protective Services was called. That's when the dad says that he reached out to the daycare demanding to see the video. He states that when he returned, he was only shown a 19-second clip. The footage was released Wednesday night by the network, despite efforts from the legal team of Creme de la Creme, which filed an emergency motion in court to prevent its release hours prior. The motion filed in Las Vegas Justice System Court was denied. The footage shows a seemingly agitated Miller violently picking up the minor off of the floor and then performing wrestling moves with him across the room, his limp body dangling side to side as she holds him by his armpits. Then the staffer proceeds to have an all-out brawl with the child in and around and behind furniture. And at one point during the camera angle, the angle is obscured by the furniture in the room. The clip at the point shows 7 other toddlers at the daycare reacting to the situation, clearly in distress. Creme de la Creme in a statement stated that the teacher was immediately fired and also saying that for 40 years, their number one priority is the safety and security of the children in their care. So this seems to be the wave or the movement, right, that has been happening for a while, but it seems that a lot of women don't want to talk about it because only men are evil and only men do the most evil and devilish and underhanded things, right? The most nefarious things. But continuously over the years that I've been doing news, I've always seen these stories, but yet I've never really seen an outcry from women the same way I see women perform this outcry, right, when it deals with men. It seems that whenever women happen to do any of these types of crimes, women are relatively silent on these things. And I find that a bit confusing and also majorly troubling, because the moment in time that you are only heightened, right, or your volume is up for one thing, that means that you're not going to be paying attention to other stuff. And I'm talking about being willfully ignorant, meaning that a lot of women know that these things are taking place and a lot of women are doing these things, but they don't really care because it has nothing to do with men, and trying to demonize and to just further posterize and put men directly on the board as if it is the end all to be all. So my main question and my main concern is, what are women going to do when this starts really becoming like a fad, when it starts really becoming a movement where it's a day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year type of story? I mean, there's already enough stories out there of women doing these exact same things to minors, But yet again, those stories don't pretty much see the light of day. Those articles are written, pretty low, barely even a paragraph. And, if they do have a comment section, women really aren't in there in droves, directly condemning and speaking out against this and, trying to raise money and do, a variety of other things. They're not. But if this was a man that did it, better yet, if it was a black man that did it, you would see GoFundMe's. You would see this all over TikTok. You would see this all over Twitter. You would see this all over IG. You will see a whole bunch of people trying to jump on it when it came to YouTube because they can make money off of it, right? Because they can monetize it. Why? Because if a black man does it, guess what? It's going to sell. It's going to bring in those views. It's going to generate a lot of stuff. It's going to bring a lot of buzz, right? But if anybody else just so happens to do the exact same crime, you know why people are going to do the story? Because these stories don't bring in views. These stories don't generate numbers. These stories don't bring in fresh faces. So like I said before, you have to question why it is that a lot of the quote unquote women that you subscribe to that bash men all the time, that this is their platform all the time, 24/7. Why is it that they don't do more stories talking about the main CEOs, the main presidents, right, that oversee children and how it is that they are causing the utmost harm and damages, right, to these kids? And what specifically are they going to do from their side with the power that they have on that platform, since they are able to move hundreds, if not thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of women into action? You have to ask yourself, why is it that a lot of these women who bash men all the time on these platforms where they make tons of money directly off of this, why is it that they don't bring up stories like this on a consistent everyday basis? Because I can promise you that you will be able to find way more stories of women doing this to kids versus the other. Because like I said, at the end of the day, you got to remember, women outnumber men. 9 times out of 10, women, right, have 100% parental oversight over a child versus a man. If a man is anywhere in the vicinity of a child, right, that is either allowed, or those people are still together, or possibly that man has visitation rights, right? Or on a rare extent, the guy has 100%, full parental oversight. But there are so many variables to go through to try to figure those things out versus looking at a story like this and many other stories that deal with young kids and minors, where this is a continuous thing that happens on an everyday basis. But yet, like I said before, those women will never talk about those stories because those stories don't sell. They don't bring in views. They don't bring in brand new eyes. They don't bring in brand new subscribers. And it doesn't do anything for their pockets at the end of the day. So like I said before, at the end of the day, adults do not care about kids, because if adults actually cared about kids, then they would be the main ones championing and speaking out for a lot of the kids out here, because they can't speak and defend themselves. So it is up to adults. It is up to us to do that for them. It is up to us to sit up there and go to whatever legislator to get laws passed and a variety of different things like that. But anyways, let me know what you guys think about the story and everything that I listed in the comment description below. And as always, peace, love, and stay tuned for the next video.